Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
You know, but I'm cool ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey, talking shit.
I'm with it.
Everybody like,
Nigga, who got the first question?
With that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
yeah.
You know what I like about Cool Ass? Yeah, I like the fact that this nigga can read. I can't even read out loud without being high. This nigga don't miss a beat. I ain't never seen this nigga fuck up. I like
It's
that.
rare.
Yeah.
He's always in his final form.
Oh, okay. I fuck with
Well,
that.
yeah, my next, I was going to say who I got in the building with me today.
Oh, okay. My bad. I got nervous because of reading out loud. That brought me back to a place I didn't enjoy.
You got a flashback.
I was like, this nigga confident as fuck.
It's good. It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG, TONY_GRAMS. And we in here, Innovative Comedy, Innovative Culture. And got the homie in here.
Eric
What's good?
Bryant right now. Follow me on Instagram, Eric Bryant TV. You know, just doing my thing, trying to live like these guys. You know, should be some high rollers. You feel me? I see them with the gold watch on. You know, I'm trying to get like that one. Look, I got this shit from Mexico for $2, nigga. That's all I could afford.
Authentic. Authentic.
Little girl
I ain't never
walked
even
up
been
to
to
me.
Mexico. So
Oh, shit,
that's
okay.
a flex.
Okay,
nigga.
for
Like, yeah, got this on my travels to Guadalajara.
It was 50 cents. I gave a girl $1, nigga. She felt rich.
She looked at you like the stars in her eyes.
Who are you, Michael Jordan?
This nigga started singing, "Do you want to come with me to America? Do you have your shots?" This nigga start singing the
Who
Rob.
did that?
That was R. Kelly when
That
he was
was
in
R.
Africa.
Kelly.
And he was asking, "Have you got your papers? Did you get your shot?"
That's when niggas should have known
That's
something
what I was
wrong,
about to
bro.
say. How the
Niggas
fuck
should have known something was
you
wrong.
go back
He
and
was
look at this
already
shit and be
known.
mad at yourself for not knowing, nigga? Like,
Do you
there's
want
no
to come with me back to America?
To ask, do you got your shots
And your papers.
and your papers?
Nah.
Just so you can come with Rob to America. That's what he's like, nigga. Come on, bro.
Hey, man.
That nigga, he had issues.
Yeah.
Like, his cousin, just speaking of that, I watched another podcast, the Star Report, and his cousin actually called into the Star Report the other day, and it's like they're doing this appeal because he's like, they pretty much, like, you got to say it to me. He was like, they pretty much, they used, he goes, no other time in history can you let a film kind of dictate how the trial goes.
Yeah.
And he was like, they like kind of use these people who, they said, and I still think he's a creep, but they were like, a certain shit was done where he couldn't get a fair trial. So like, meaning like even the whole crew of that documentary all quit. The original crew, when they realized, oh, this is like a hit piece, and a lot of it is made up shit. The same thing with the Michael Jackson one, the Finding Neverland,
nigga.
Surviving R. Kelly,
I saw that
all them
shit,
shits were just made up fuck shit. And half the people all came out afterwards and said, like, yeah, they just thought they paid us extra, or my parents made me say that years ago, and I just been living off of it. And so it's like, I don't know, like seeing that, and his cousin saying he was like how the girl was sent there and they have proof of everything and all this other shit, and he just had a lot of people around him that just let him. It's what they call it, an atmosphere of acceptance, to where like everybody around you like, oh, that's just Rob, you know?
Yeah.
And like he walking in with a 16-year-old and shit, and you like,
But because he's like the breadwinner, probably the cash cow,
Yeah, that's
everybody
why it's
looking like you
accepted.
taking care of everybody.
That's why it's
they
accepted.
like, oh yeah, that's just Rob. He just doing what he doing.
he just bought me a Land Rover.
Yeah, that shit fuck up your lifestyle.
Bought me a used Land
Rob,
Rover yesterday.
I'm trying to go get this real quick. You know, you got me. Like, it's that
Can you
type
buy
of
me the
shit.
Skylark? Nigga, the 68 Skylark. It's at the junkyard. Like,
So do you think a lot of those was like deals going wrong?
with like what? Like the people
Like,
that told on him?
Yeah.
I think it was just he was doing weird shit always,
But-
and everybody was just not even paid to keep their mouth shut.
But
They
it was one
released it.
specifically where the with the dad, right?
Your dad.
The dad, he's like, oh, my daughter was in this house,
Yep.
and
Ted
you know all that shit. Like, she won't come home. We want her to come home. He won't let her go.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Remember all that?
Yeah.
That's what kind of re-sparked it.
But it's like,
Didn't they go outside?
how
the
you
building
let her
and
go
just
to
stand there?
begin with? How did she?
Yeah.
How did all of this begin? I feel like it's more to that story that they leading on. You know?
Yeah. It's just a lot like how'd she get there? But it is, I mean, look at the nigga with wait till bitches turn 18.
What was that? You talking about Marcus Houston?
No, that weird ass.
That
weird
just happened, right?
bowling ball head ass
This
nigga.
nigga said, "Oh, I didn't even talk to her till she was 18. She like 19 right now."
Yeah,
He's like, I knew her.
He said they met at 17, and then he never talked to her again.
that nigga's-
And then they ran into each other again like a year later.
You might as well have not even made no video. You saying it makes it seem even worse.
seems
Like,
like,
nigga,
bro.
like I ain't even talked to her for a year.
I ain't know her.
Yeah, that
Like
nigga-
that's the same shit Adam said. Adam 16.
Yeah.
That's what they call him. That's his new name, Adam 16.
I
Because the
didn't know
girl was
that.
16.
Shit.
But he was like, she had smashed a few of his homies, and at
Oh,
like
he
that,
was telling now, huh?
and that was like, and he was like, so he just thought she was in this regular rock raver scene, the BMX scene, because she would be around, and he was like, I know like dudes that were older than me that hit. So he was like, I'm thinking she was a grown ass chick. So he was like, we talked. And then I realized she says like she was only 16 or about to be 17 or something. And he was like, what it is, she was Canadian. And I guess that's the legal age.
So that's why Drake be on that. I don't know. My bad. I ain't
Hey, that's a good point, though.
It's the second time I've been on the show. I don't want to be kicked off, but yeah, you can't talk about Drake. My bad. But Drake be on that
not
weird
the
shit too.
God, the 16 guy.
Yeah, that's
No.
what I'm saying.
But I guess he said that's like what happened.
It's cold.
Like so, but Adam said he cut her off at that point, or he just talked to her once, and once he realized it, he explained why. Oh yeah, I can't really talk to you in America. It's like 18, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm like I didn't mess with dudes, and I'm like I guess up there that's legal.
Yeah.
So he's like he cut her off, didn't see her or hear from her for 2 years. She popped up in his Facebook algorithm. Like for
That
people,
nigga searched.
suggested people you may know, and he just followed her. And then he just happened to end up in Canada on business, is what he said. Like nigga, booty business,
Yeah, nigga.
some old weird business.
Yeah, he
Don't
fell
bring
upon
scared business to me.
We call that coincidental coochie, nigga. Just
Man,
happened to be up there. I was
fucking
just here, and
community
she was here,
coincidental.
and you know how that goes. Like,
So it's just like dudes at a. But I felt R. Kelly and Marcus Houston. Marcus Houston's just a weirdo right now. Because it's like that's
Right now?
He
yeah.
been that.
He's starting to get that Sammy Sosa skin. You see how light he is?
Yeah,
That nigga
it
with the
is
white.
kind of definitely. He definitely bleaching.
That shit, I'm like, nigga,
It's like I've always noticed that when niggas be bleaching, like bro, like
Yeah.
motherfuckers. There's a difference if you get your skin cleared up,
Yeah.
and you just look like your skin is clear. That's a difference than like nigga, you like
Yeah.
a zombie. Fucking
That nigga called
fucking
himself-
Vibes Cartel.
That's Batman from Immature.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
we gotta remember
Watch
that.
me do my thing. I did fuck.
That
with
nigga had a hot press.
That was a great
I
song.
fucked with Tear It Up.
Yeah.
That nigga had a hot kitchen press. Nigga had 14.
I can love
That
it.
nigga had a bump.
He did.
He had a hot kitchen press bump.
See, when you look back at the shit, we
was-
realized we should have knew something. Like we started.
And Chris Stokes
But
was
then-
involved
and,
back then, right?
Because they're actually cousins.
Yeah.
All of like Razby,
B2K, all that,
and
yeah.
like a lot
Yeah.
like so. What is it? Marcus Houston, Omarion are
Omarion,
brothers, and then Orion is Omarion's brother, and then Chris Stokes and Razby, they're all cousins.
Oh, they're related. I
Yeah,
thought Chris
Razby-
Stokes was separate because he was
No,
playing them out
Razby-
like that. I thought-
Razby, I believe, is both of their cousins. Like they're like actually somehow related. Razby, Omarion, Marcus Houston, and Chris Stokes.
Okay, I don't want to play the light skin
And that's when
card.
he was there. He was on some. See, that's what I was like. The saying I have a saying. It's a joke I used to tell. It's the difference between light skinned niggas and a nigga that's light.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I was like light skinned niggas put on chapstick in the mirror. And they be doing shit like. And they be doing their eyebrows and look how they look after. A light skinned nigga will say some shit like, "Let's stop at the liquor store so I can get some rubber bands." Like it's this weird shit. Like a
What
nigga
you
that's
about
like
to do with the rubber band?
like I mean, he only doing his hair, like on the way to the club or to kick it, like the kickback. He got to put his
Dark
only-
skinned niggas don't use rubber bands.
but not like
I was
that.
about to say, come on, man.
Not
I know,
like
I know
that,
what he's
though.
about to say. I was like, hold on.
It's just not even like, but it's
No,
just
I
I
get you.
feel
Yeah,
like they
facts.
do more,
Yeah.
like they'll put chapstick on and go. After, like
You gotta
nigga,
make
you
sure
know what I
it's
mean?
even, my nigga. You gotta make sure it's even.
A nigga that's light, it's a whole different thing. That's just you'll get fucked up fucking with a nigga that's light, like because
Yeah.
you think because we all got bad reps, like how
Because there's light skinned niggas.
And they do the most.
Yeah, and then he had to go even harder.
like Shamar Moore. That nigga, he's like king light skinned nigga.
Yeah.
Like, do you see they have a? I was just on my Explorer
yeah,
page.
DJ Quick said he was gonna smear off his lip gloss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and DJ
so,
Quick is. Nigga that's light.
He's like, yeah, he's a nigga that's light. That's a big difference. He
saying.
presses his hair out
Yeah.
and shit, but he's just a nigga that's light.
He will punch
So
you.
you see real shit.
he like
just squared
Tony.
up with the LAPD and
He
shit.
like Tony, because Tony, I'm gonna tell you this about him. I love being on the show because he like the calmest, angry nigga I know. Because I know you
That's
notice.
real shit.
He don't notice. The first time I came on this podcast, my nigga Tony invited me to come on. I'm like, cool, I can't wait to get on there talking shit like that. This man sitting on the side just chilling. I'm like, you not gonna be on the podcast? He's like, nah. Everything happens. We do the podcast. It's okay. It's not that great, you know, or whatever. Like, because of the back and forth with the people that's here, right? Tony come on, was like, man, I was about to knock that nigga out. I was like, nigga, you didn't tell me shit.
I was like, and what happened when we got to the bar though? So he knew I wasn't talking shit when we got to the bar.
This nigga's angry.
The first comedian,
Niggas be talking shit.
Niggas is talking shit. But the homie at the bar see me, and the first thing he say, you seen that bitch ass nigga, and say his name, and I'm like, you see, I wasn't tripping. Like this nigga's mud out here.
I didn't know that nigga.
Like this nigga is mud out here in these streets. Nobody respects this nigga, and this nigga seen him on a bike like going down the street in the smoker area.
Ain't nobody gonna say his name.
I seen him on Smokers Row.
Yeah,
that's what we gonna call it. Smokers
fly
Row.
as fuck.
It's like the area where the smokers are known to hang out.
Oh no, that's what
fly as fuck on a bike. Yeah. It's like, why are you flying
even on a bird scooter? Nigga.
Are you trying to stunt on the smokers?
He's showing them he got it. That's how you supposed to do it. You gonna be on it. You got to be in it, nigga. Like, but yeah, that it's just because I know how to
be on you. It gotta
be in.
Yeah, you know.
Pause. Like,
you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bay, so you gotta when you say it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do that.
That's man. I don't know the little bitches around there was talking a lot, man. I had to back up off from my toe to hit the pavement and hit the concrete. One of the other. Like, nigga, like one of the others. It's game out here, man, and it's to be sold,
not to be told.
You know, but I had to let her know because if she ain't know, she gotta go. Like if you gonna keep on going, you gotta keep going.
Niggas like that will rap like, for hours, my nigga. They would keep talking to you. I'm like, damn, this nigga is freestyling, my nigga. But yeah, man, I didn't know that about you. But I was like, this nigga, because you the most calm nigga I done seen. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you said
if I go off, then I'm just a big bully.
Yeah,
because I'm a big nigga. So if I want to trip on everybody that I got a problem with, oh, this nigga, he crazy, he angry, he a bully.
You still crazy. You just calm. You keep it together.
I know. I have a joke about like Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio and Libras. My mom's a Libra, and every Libra I know is the same shit. And I was like,
my mom's a Libra too, so I want to hear what you say.
I'll say you like what you gonna say. So I was like, Libra is like, it's like, what's his name? Like Cyclops from X-Men.
Okay.
Before he got when he realized his power and he just opens his eyes and just destroys everything. Like that's a Libra. Okay. They just look at shit and knock trees over, houses down, blow buses over. And I'm like, a Scorpio is Cyclops. We're both Cyclops. Okay. But it's Cyclops when he's captain of the X-Men and that nigga can knock the lock off the door with that motherfucker. Okay. So it's just we know how to aim. Sometimes we get a little when the button gets pressed, we just lose it, but we know how to aim our craziness and our anger where it needs to be. And I feel like Libras just go to fuck off. And it's fucking nuclear. As soon as they hit the button, everybody better just run.
Yeah.
So that's so I know how to just control my temper or how I feel about certain shit.
You maintained yourself well. Because I didn't know none of the shit was going on. That's how good you maintained yourself. Because I didn't know what was going on until after the show nigga left. Oh, man. I was like, remember I told you, I was like, I was going to have to stomp on this nigga just to show. Just
to get a kick.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, I guess I got to do this, nigga.
And I even pulled him and Punch out because you were still in here. And I pulled them out after the first interview and was like, yo, like, dude in there, I don't fuck with dude. And then I was trying to be nice because I didn't know if you bought him. Because y'all were talking when I came in.
He gave me his flyer. You know his deal. He gave me his flyer.
And that's what he do. So I'm like, the whole time I walk in and I see him. I see you first while I'm walking down the hallway. I see you sitting there. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And then as soon as I seen him, my whole mood just, what the fuck? Like if this was anywhere else, I'd have been like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I was just being business. And then the other co-host that we used to have, she invited him, or she invited the other dude. He came. They
brought him. Yeah.
So it was like, I got to be professional enough to I ain't gonna attack a guest of a guest. It was just a whole lot of shit to it to where you got to control yourself sometime to keep shit normal and people don't think, oh, I ain't going on that show. You be beating up guests. Yeah. Nigga like Taxstone used to spaz on niggas and shit back in the day.
I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, that's why I pulled them out. I was like, y'all can interview them. I'm gonna sit down or sit in the car and smoke until y'all done, but I'm not trying to I don't want this nigga to say the one thing that is gonna probably like nigga, and I gotta just on camera or just get up and be like, man, get up out of here.
Y'all never aired that shit, huh? Nope. I felt like I was as soon as I was like, nigga, I felt like I was in peak form. This nigga was trying to drag niggas down, talking shit. I was like, nigga, I was good on that when I was like, they not gonna air this shit. I was like, fuck.
We aired the one after because remember we recorded.
Oh, the re-record.
So we recorded. I felt
a little flat on that.
We did 3 shows that day.
Yeah, I know how you be working. You be working hard.
We did 3 shows.
You Jamaican nigga wasn't hard,
I got 1 job. I got 10 jobs.
1 job.
This nigga be working hard.
Man, I was a coal miner. I was a construction worker, a cement layer, a pipe layer. And that nigga was just going like
all that shit.
Like. and me worked at the bowling alley. He'd just throw some random ass job in at the end that would make it funny.
I feel like this nigga can't be outside of Home Depot in his spare time. Like I ain't got nothing.
I'm just
I want to work
out there
nigga,
on
like,
his phone with a Bluetooth speaker. Just
Anybody y'all need something?
with a Tecate, just waiting to get
That
picked
nigga
up.
said Tecate, bro. If you ever, if you see me with a red can instead of a white one,
Shit
you
is
know
bad.
something.
Shit is bad. I can't do Tecates.
I can, but it's like that's only if it ain't no Modelo's there. Yeah. Like
I think
this
I
got to be
have.
what y'all have. You feel me? Like
I think I did one at the wedding me and Punch did like a couple months ago. Like I had a Tecate and like a Bud Light.
But if I know in
twitching.
advance, I'm about to pull
mixing.
up. I swear I'm gonna pull up on my own and be like, all right, boom.
Yeah, nah.
I got a cooler in the car. The nigga go be like, I got a cooler in the car. They go to them niggas. Oh, this nigga got Jack Daniels in it. Like, oh shit, you can pass it to him.
Yeah, you know, I can't
I was
smoke.
gonna
I can't
football
smoke
it.
like y'all niggas. I'm like, I be
Yeah, we
paranoid on
ready.
this shit, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I can't contain myself. I be talking about weird shit. Then I'm like,
Hey, that's what we
gotta
here
get this nigga
for.
out of here.
That's what we here for. I was just watching what was the little weird shit I seen. Fucking I don't know, just random topics and shit. I always usually write my shit down, but today I'm just
If it
winging
flow, it flow.
Like also speaking about just the Hulu special about Freaknik.
Oh yeah.
That shit is like wild because I remember Freaknik was out. Well, I was a kid. I was probably like 11 when motherfuckers was Freaknik. I'm sure it was before that, but when it became popular, they talking about it in rap songs. You hear like Lil Kim references it in
down in Freaknik.
yeah, one of them freak chicks. Man,
Yeah, down in Freaknik.
So
Yeah.
the history like
that's
behind it, right? It was for the fraternities and shit. It was a dance called the Freak.
Had a picnic.
And they had a picnic, and it was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be for them to go out and you know just celebrate the dances and the culture.
That seemed like some
But then-
black shit.
Booty.
Though.
That's
but
what
the
they was
niggas
celebrating.
got a hold of it.
They was celebrating booty. That's what they was.
That seemed like some real
More
black shit
important than
though,
water.
because you think about it, you see niggas getting freaky at a picnic. You got one nigga that's, oh, these niggas invited me to a Freaknik.
You look at
And it just
Tupac
stuck.
and Juice when they hit the picnic. It was that same vibe. You just niggas end up fighting. Like, oh, these niggas
Oh,
here.
Bishop.
It's just
Oh,
like,
Bishop.
Oh, Bishop.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, Bishop. Riverside, motherfucker.
No, but yeah, it was dances, and it was supposed to just be that.
But
now, just me, I look at my history being a club promoter and shit like that, right? We was always able to get good, great spots, but then once you have an event there, other niggas show up and they start plotting. Like, how can I get this?
Yeah.
Now the next nigga might go up in there, and now they shit get shot up, and they don't want to let no niggas get the spot.
No niggas allowed.
And that's what happens. It just take like one incident for some, you know, something to go
Some
down.
dumb
for
shit.
it.
That's the hard thing about being black, right? You want to do some black shit, some good shit, some fun shit, and then niggas get a hold of something. Because we said
Or they try to
Yeah,
and
it's
just
like-
do some dumb shit outside.
yeah,
or-
that's like that in the Bay with First Fridays, nigga. Like we be like, it's a cool event until you know about like 7:30, 8:30.
And it's a hood event.
Niggas come, yeah,
It's a
exactly.
sideshow.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Doing the side shows and shit like that, which is cool. But you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got the extendo out.
Yeah, nigga just
beam on it.
like
Niggas
this.
is-
Nigga dancing. I'm like,
Niggas
nigga.
turned like niggas. That motherfucker gonna
Niggas
let
got
off.
guns, ain't got the safety on. Nigga just, you know what I'm
Like,
saying?
nigga,
Shit,
you
don't
even
care.
got a clip in there? Like, niggas
Nah,
just got
the clip
it
in my
out.
pocket, nigga.
It's just for decoration. nigga.
I could say like that hyphy era, that movie.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Even out
made
here.
me like want
Hey.
to move to the Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Because I mean, we've always respected the LA and the Bay was like family. Like they always say, the South and California are cousins. Then I mean, I would think the Bay and LA are like brothers in because it's the same. It's like y'all. It's like we have the same vibe, but on different. Like I don't know how to put it. Like it's the same energy towards different things.
Right.
Like we got that same energy towards hood shit and just
You know, I say
summer
that.
outside.
I say that you got on the white tee, so I respect it because you know the white tee, blue jeans, and Air Max.
Exactly.
But no,
Out here it was white tees, 501s, and
Well, y'all- Sauconys? What y'all was wearing, Sauconys?
Chucks.
Nigga said
Chucks.
Sauconys.
Hey, I was a
Like,
Saucony nigga. I was a Saucony
y'all
nigga
gotta
though.
rock a Sauconys
I was a
for
Saucony
sure.
nigga all the way through
Yeah.
like my final
Hell
years
yeah.
of high school up until probably like I started just going from Sauconys because I never was a Jordan
Yeah.
like high. I was always Chucks. regular Chucks, and I've had to get out of
You
Chucks
ever
to
have
Vans.
a pair of Wallabies?
Yeah, I fucked with them like a motherfucker, and I already had them, and then like Wu-Tang, and everybody was like wearing them and making them like crack even harder. So I had all of when Lugs was even making their version.
Yeah.
The Lugs version was hard though. That shit was like walking on a cloud, like for real. That gum bottom. You would be like, nigga, this is luxurious.
I don't know why. I just imagine Tony being that nigga that walked around with the Dadas with the spinners in them.
Oh, hell no.
That nigga. Hey, look at this
Never.
You
nigga.
said the Dadas.
Yeah.
with the
I don't
spinners.
wear Dadas though.
He put his hand
I
behind
wear
his back when he
Dada.
said, "Hey, look at this shit, nigga! Look at this shit."
And
Look
then
at
put his
the
heel in the
spinners.
air. Put his heel in the air. I remember I seen the nigga get off the bus with those. And it was such an oxymoron to me. Like, nigga, you're getting off the bus with a pair of spinner
Spinners,
shoes.
yeah, nigga. That
Like,
shit's
that shit just made no sense to me. And I was like, really, nigga? Like, he was getting off the back of the bus with them on, like and they was spinning when he got off the bus.
I'm riding spinners.
Like he
Spinners.
spun them before the back doors open. He spun them
Bitch
off.
about to get on. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, and then he just got off and
They spinning, nigga. They
spinning,
spinning.
nigga, they spinning.
They ain't spinning counterclockwise. Nigga. That was the real ones. You be like, nigga, they spinning counterclockwise. Nigga, I remember Pet Boys was selling spinner
The hubcap rims.
for $19.
Everybody was.
The hubcap spinners.
Yeah, on your little Tercel.
I seen them on like minivans and shit.
Yeah, definitely on minivans. That was
Like
like the
Astro
go-to
vans, they had
car.
them.
Y'all ever see the ones that extend from the car called the Ben Hurs? They would used to extend from the
ones
car.
they
Be
fuck
way
with
the
in
fuck out
Texas.
here. I'm like, God
That's the ones they
damn.
fuck with
nigga.
in Texas. They
Hella
call
far
them
out.
pokers or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
be riding and them motherfuckers say the Ben.
Yeah, that shit-
I've said that before too, Ben, because that's what it
The shit
reminds me
was
of.
extended,
Fucking
exactly.
Spartacus 14.
That's my mom's though. She used to watch that shit all the time. I was like, Ben Hur, nigga, you see that shit?
Jude
Yeah.
Ben Hur.
That joke's only for like one person watching this, but
Man.
when you hear that, you
They
like,
gonna
that
be like,
shit's
he said
funny.
Ben Hur.
Oh, I've been
Like,
waiting on this. I've been watching this shit all this time. The nigga ain't never said Ben Hur before. Finally.
But just so getting back to the Freaknik shit, like that's why like we just talk that shit, nigga. Like, but
These niggas is talking
good
shit.
shit. Call him now.
This nigga owns the Dadas with the spinners. I'm telling you. Like, this
I had the white and
Dada
silver
Supremes.
ones. I think I had the Supremes. They had like a silver,
Yeah.
like they were white, but they had like a silver like mask on the front of them. It was like hard to, but they was fly. They almost look like a variation of some Cortezes. They had that same kind of bottom with that silver front. Almost like the Iversons.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
was silver, but instead of just in the front, it was on the tip, and then it went pause, and then it went all.
And then it went pause.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, bro. This the
He was about to say on the
description
tip, and he was going to say, and then you work your way
And
around.
then you pull it back, you pull the skin back. What? Like what?
Why you being weird? I'm just talking
I'm just
about
talking about these shoes, nigga. But I feel like Freaknik as a kid, I would see all that shit, and like I mean, it was motherfuckers gladly participating. Like I'm sure some weird shit that happened or some bad shit that happened down there. Or girls that was like I'm cool and niggas got up too aggressive or weird.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers, you see women bent over in the middle of the street on cars, smiling at the camera while niggas is knuckle busting them. Literally, like giving it up.
but they, you know,
They thought that shit was just, but they're looking in the camera, so they can't use that. I didn't know I was being recorded. You did it in the street first of all, in
it's
front
different.
of, did it in public.
But it's different when you get to 20 years later.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes.
And now, look, listen to me. 20 years later, well, it ain't even 20 years now.
It's like 30.
It's 30 years now.
Niggas thought they was like
Maybe
slipping away.
25, 30 years for some of the people because
So, yeah.
we not talking.
Because some of it was
Well,
95 still,
yeah.
96. Yeah.
It's like the
I
Bill
think
Cosby
it went
shit.
until 98
I think so
Get away.
too.
because that's
I
when they
believe
did
so,
the MTV True Life.
Yeah.
Damn, didn't you do research? You just noticed.
I just watched it the other
I was
day.
about to say, I was like, damn. this nigga-
Cam, he's like
this- I was like, I know you were promoted.
Cam,
but this
no.
nigga-
I want to go on a game show, bro. Like if y'all find like some shit.
I just got on the game show. I got signed an NDA, but I just was on the game show. We played it. I can plug you. I got somebody to get you on the game show. Or at least audition. The rest you got to do for yourself. But I got you.
for sure.
He got the answers.
I do. I got you.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
You don't.
He got the answers.
And it turned out, then what Kanye say later? It turned out
Yeah,
Sway
Sway
had the answers.
That shit, that shit
Turns
really
out
made me laugh.
Sway
When
had
I
the
read that, I was high, laying on the couch, scrolling, and I read Kanye says, turns out Sway really did have the answer. Nigga, I dropped my phone
That shit
laughing
was
so
funny
hard.
as hell. I
Like
saw
that's like some shit out of a TV show.
Yeah,
turns out he
the
did have
progression
the
of
answer.
it. Turns out they
2 hours
freeze
later.
frame.
Like, turns out he did have
A white man walks on the black and white screen and says, "Turns
out Sway did have the answers." Like he had said that dude from Dave Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but yeah, I'm just like, if you giving head to 6 different dudes with a camera that you can clearly see, and you smiling and popping, doing handstands.
But that's not the only shit that was going on.
It was a lot of freaky
It's
nasty
like we
shit.
always go and we think
They was on the freaky
That's what I
nasty.
Is that like your worst case scenario?
That was my best case scenario. I like nasty shit.
My point is,
What's your worst case scenario?
like what? Like as far as what?
Like
that what happened there?
of someone being afraid that it's gonna get exposed or put out.
Oh,
Then they just went and got a room and fucked somebody.
No,
in
just one
private.
person. But you just saying just like on some one person type of shit.
I'm just saying, all right, my point is, if you doing this shit outside, fuck a camera, you're doing it on a hood of a car. And did you see the video of the police officer? There's a girl bent over, looking back, smiling.
The
at
female
the camera.
cop?
No, there's a girl.
Oh.
It's just,
I don't know. That's why I got
there's
questions.
a girl bent
That's why
over.
we gotta ask this
There's a
kind of
chick
shit.
bent over, like smiling back, looking at the camera, smiling. And there's a black male cop in uniform, like with her shit spread open.
I'm gonna tell you,
Like, literally,
this is what I'm gonna say about that because, like,
Yeah, that
you,
was
when
a
you in
cop
that when you in
doing
that
that.
time frame, you not thinking that anybody going, even though it's outside. I agree with you, but ain't nobody got a picture of you and your daughters.
But then I'm thinking,
thinking
about what I do give them a pass on.
Ain't nobody gonna see me
no,
needs.
no type of social media existed.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
internet. So you not there. And if I'll go back, the way I would think would be like they'd be like, "What the fuck are you worried about? Do the shit."
Yeah.
It's the same thing with gang shit, and niggas got away with a gang of shit in the 80s and 90s because wasn't cameras everywhere. Niggas is probably mass murderers and that was able to settle down and raise a family and get a regular job because they wasn't out banging on Instagram Live.
That's what I was
and
gonna say,
putting
on live
they-
and
when
shit,
so I do give them that. Okay, well, you didn't expect it to maybe what it is now because none of this existed.
Right.
There's cameras existed and VHS. You was probably thinking, oh, this nigga just gonna have this tape, let his friends look at my shit, ha. And this. But I feel the people that knew better. Yeah, they was probably doing freaky shit, but they was doing it in private there.
Yeah, facts.
Like, oh, man, we pulled like 5 bitches, we about to go up to the room. Or like, they coming up to our room, or they knew better. We ain't gonna fuck in the street, that we out here to do some nasty shit, but let's do it in our room or out of the public eye. So no matter when the era is.
But even today, like some of them, they still wouldn't care. Like they would go out and
I know some of them.
They might be like Coachella just happened, right? They might have been at Coachella getting it in, and you never know.
This seemed like a dumb question. Y'all been to Coach? I never been to Coachella.
I never been.
But
to
I seen
Coachella.
how they dress and what they doing and shit like that. They got the little campsites.
It look like a new Woodstock.
It's like a rave.
It look like a new Woodstock.
That's
to
what I'm
me.
saying. Like
It look like a new Woodstock.
that was nigga Woodstock, Freak Nick. I thought.
And
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
honestly,
So
and then Coachella is just a mix because they have like different black artists and
Yeah, exactly.
and a lot of the ones that the white people like, but they'll have like, but it's more like Burning Man.
yes,
like that Burning Man. To
Burning
me,
Man. See, I think that's specifically for me. That's for you to go fuck. You go see some artists and you happen to see some niggas you want to fuck and shit like that. That's Coachella. But like Burning Man, I know about that.
Yeah, Burning
they go
Man
up there
is,
to fuck.
They go up there like just to get high and fuck.
And
like
light
real
shit on fire, nigga.
It's the same shit. Like I knew comedians that go and do shit and they post it on their stories. They be in Palmdale in the middle of the desert for like 2 nights in a tent and walking around in panties and with girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You just said comedians. I was like, wait, I
but
just talking about a
dudes
nigga. I
be
was
out
like,
there.
yeah.
Dudes be out there with them and be on their little weird shit too out there. I mean, this is weird for me, but
I get it.
whatever they do, that's what they do. But that's what they do.
Somebody's weird is
it's
another
still
person's normal.
So that's what I'm
what they
saying.
do.
But that's what I'm saying. That frame of mind of a freak nigga doing nasty shit is still alive.
Hell yeah.
Of we going out here to turn the fuck up with a bunch of other motherfuckers that's coming to turn up. But we know better. We know what to show and just enough to share. You see me in my panties with hearts on my nipples, and that's the most we gonna get. And everything else they doing in a tent or behind a rock somewhere, so where ain't nobody. Damn, she was giving it up to 3 dudes, or damn, he was humping that dude, or what the fuck is we not seeing it, so we can't judge it because it doesn't. They made sure of no matter what area, what era it is. Keep your business personal. You in the street doing nasty shit now. 30 years later,
When they went that term, all your business in the street.
Right.
literally, you literally was in the street doing all your business, and now all your business is in the street on Hulu.
That's where that term probably came from.
Real shit. I wouldn't be surprised, like for real.
One
'Cause
old
it's
nigga,
like-
one old nigga walking by, all this business.
It was like
They got
famous.
all their business on the street.
They were selling, but I don't know how they mad now. And they were selling videos when I say I was like 17, probably from the time I was like 16.
selling Freaknik videos?
They were selling like in the back
So
of the
that was
stores.
like the black girls
I
going
was about
wild.
to say,
Literally.
they always stealing from niggas.
Literally.
That was first. They came
was
out with
first.
Girls Gone Wild after that. It's like, oh, that seemed real good. Let's put some
Literally.
white
It was
people
on like
into it.
tour buses.
It was in the
and
back.
shit like
It
that,
was just a
spring break.
collective. It was like a what do they call it? What do they call it? Compilation.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like a compilation of a bunch of famous niggas videos and just random people that got videos. But them shits would be in the back of the Source. They'd be in the back of Vibe magazine. Not Vibe, because Vibe was a little bit more classy.
They'd be on the page across from the grill.
Yeah, it'd be like in like Murder Dog or
got the
Double
grill.
XL.
In 40-inch
all the
asses. I'm still-
Yeah, like literally. Well, that's before that era, right?
Yeah.
Before that. Like niggas had grills, but it wasn't. The only people that rock grills was from Texas, New York, and mostly like the Bay. The
South.
Yeah.
Like the South and New York niggas rock grills, or one they did like the lining. They did like crazy shit with their grills, but the South was heavy on the grill.
When
and the
they
Bay.
started putting the South niggas
all
on
Bay
the
niggas
cover
heavy on
of
the
your
grill.
Source,
Out here, it was
that's
kind of
when
like
they
you was
started
looked
putting
at
the
as
grills
country.
in the back.
Yeah, that's true. They start selling rims. You could buy chains, rims, and then they had videos of like they had like, and it would
like
be
the
like
Terminal
I saw
Soul
Gloria
Plane.
Velez. I remember I bought one video. I think I bought two.
Was you there for a chain or the rims?
I would just look all because that's our era. We would just read like
Spinners. Iced out Jesus.
Iced out Eagle.
Let me get that ass.
Fucking Dipset Eagle. Like
Niggas in California had the Dipset
you
Eagle.
ain't from Dipset, nigga. You ain't no diplomat.
That tutti frutti, what I usually do.
Computers computing. My shooters be shooting. The homies be rooting.
I do love Cam.
You
though.
loser,
I fuck
you
with
losing.
Cam.
Hey, Cameron's like top 10 to me.
Yeah.
All right, people will hate. Cameron's literally
I
top.
love Cam.
Cameron wrote some Biggie verses. Niggas don't
I
even
mean,
know.
that's good. I mean, that's great, right? But the shit he do for himself, it's like some of that shit, bro. It's like, come
Yeah,
on, man,
yeah.
don't do that just because you feel like you can.
You feel like it's the pink mink
Cookies
shit.
and
I
some
got the
apple
boozy,
juice.
boozy.
This is
And
the
the-
cookies and some apple juice, nigga.
Yeah, that's.
Cookies and some apple juice.
Got all about that. I'm about to play that shit after the
Hey,
show.
we gonna have a Cam.
We might take
give
the show
Cam
out
his
there.
flowers, bro. Cam the two Cams. Give them all their flowers,
Hey,
nigga.
can that be the outro?
Like, hey, cookies and some apple juice.
Go ahead, let that
nigga.
be the outro.
But I fucked with I had homies that used to come on. We be on the block, and the homies. I remember when Game first did Certified Gangster with Jim Jones, and the homie pulled up. He was like, "Your boy." He was like, "That new nigga Game got a song out. It was all the blood niggas in it. That shit bump." And I was like, "What?" He was like, he was like, "You got your boy," because they would call Jim Jones my boy because nobody else out here like Dipset at that time. Then everybody and their mama start wearing thermals and skull belts and fucking. I didn't even dress like them niggas. I just fucked with all
But
the
I'm gonna
music.
tell you too, that wasn't just because of them, because niggas in the South was doing that too. Remember,
they started
remember
doing
we had
it-
a niggas from Texas with the party like a rock star.
But all of
They
that
was
started.
doing all that
but
shit
that
too.
whole swag started from Jim and Santana.
I'm
and
not
Cam.
even gonna say that,
Even
bro,
Wayne
because-
said it. Wayne wasn't dressing like that until he even was fucking with. Though he was supposed to do the mixtape with Jewel's. I Can't Feel My Face. Yeah. And
They did that.
Did they put it out?
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit coming out, or either it got like pushed back when I remember, and I just wasn't lit by that. The end of that, I just wasn't really in. I was doing other shit. So, but. That shit, like, I just remember.
your face be killing
Because I
me.
mean,
He said
before
the
that-
anticipation was too much.
yeah, that's what it's like. Y'all got me waiting. Fuck this. I fell into the street life because I was waiting for this.
I don't want him to beat my ass, but he just remind me. He just got the sassy nigga attitude. You a
I
sassy
need it
nigga.
now. It's my money and I need it now.
Don't punch me, nigga, but you be getting sad. This nigga.
I'm like, I was waiting and I'm like, I liked Wayne, but I didn't
See,
like
I be
the
having
new
valid
one.
responses. My questions be real valid. I'm like, bro, I need an answer. Like, come on.
I just remember like because I really was a Dipset fan though, like heavy. I had the mixtapes, the end.
I
the
just
random
didn't like
ones.
the repetitive shit.
Yeah, certain shit I would skip, but them niggas got classics.
When the
so, like,
niggas
all them
actually
albums.
just like came with some bars.
And that's why
though,
Wayne started
I
fucking
rocked
with him.
it.
Like Wayne was like, these niggas is dope. Wayne literally went from the big ass wife beaters and the Jabos.
Yeah.
Still, even when he first flipped to the Carter, he was still in the wife beater and Jabos. And then by the Carter too, when he was fucking with Dipset, it was skull chains.
Yeah, facts.
It was like he literally changed. It was the skateboard look because that's what Dipset. Jim Jones was doing that, but he wasn't no skateboarder, but he had that kind of look of the Bape jackets. Cam was wearing all them niggas kind of started that shit from Pharrell really. And then it kind of Wayne jumped on
Wayne
it,
jumped on
and
the
everybody
Carter,
Wayne was more
yeah.
popular than all them niggas.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a Wayne fan, but I'll give him his credit of that nigga was bigger than all them niggas together. Pharrell, even though they did shit that probably shadows his shit, like Pharrell didn't produce all kind of shit, but. Yeah. When you just that popular, people look at like how people trying to say the John Cena hand.
Oh, they've been talking about that.
But not saying it's the Tony Yayo hand.
Yeah.
But it's just because John Cena, Yayo is a legend to a lot of us, and he's dope. Yeah. He funny.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, you got to be specific.
Yeah, not to you. He like not to me.
He said, not me either. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, because I fucked with Yayo.
I'm
was
not
dope.
gonna agree on that.
Yayo was dope, a lot doper when they first came out. Yeah, and people don't remember this.
Give me 3 Tony Yayo #1 records.
Well, by the time his album came out, like I think he only went go.
No. I didn't ask for an excuse.
I don't know if he hit it.
I said name 3 records
that he was on or just his.
G-Unit, not including the rest of G-Unit.
Yeah, so I can't do that. Because you would think he was only on like 2 G. The G-Unit went like, the album went like triple platinum.
Yeah, he said legend.
Just because what he achieved.
But then he said to some of them.
The nigga was a jail nigga that made it big. And really, what people don't understand. No, but what people don't understand when G-Unit came out, 50
I like Oliver Twist.
I like Huckleberry Finn. We both Mark Twain fans. What the fuck?
So you said nigga in that. I was like, they say it with a hard ER, I think.
Like hard nigger. Yeah, they hit a couple niggers.
Yeah, they do. You like that part.
But I'm just saying a lot of people were anticipating Yayo more than 50, and like Yayo was murdering them mixtapes for like 2 years at least before he went to jail. And before right when this is like when Wankster was out. So In the Club wasn't even out. People was like, Yayo is hard, nigga. This nigga, we used to listen to these mixtapes and be like, this nigga's sick. Like just the way he was getting off. He went to jail, came back to shit was already made. He was comfortable. So I think he really didn't have to try.
So we not asking the real question. What happened in jail?
I mean,
this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was that hard and then came out soft, my nigga.
No, I'm not saying that.
Can you answer that one?
I'm not saying he came out soft. I'm saying the nigga came back and he didn't have to work. Because G-Unit 50 had already became 50 in the club. Everything blew the fuck up.
But even if you ain't got to work, you gonna put together like this nigga was hard.
But his album was cool, but he was the last member to put an album out. Yeah. Spider-Loc put an album out before fucking Yayo.
I had
he was the last one to put an album out because he was in jail.
No, he had been got out, but it was like the whole plan had been made. They had picked up Hot Rod, dropped him.
Well then, so you can't be mad at nobody.
So it was like the steam had like, okay, our steam has kind of like died down. Bankston had a double platinum album.
It's crazy
Buck
that
had like
it's crazy that you look at a nigga like Tony Yayo look like that, right? Mm-hmm. But then when we talk about sports and we was talking about basketball and all
the
that
ringless
shit,
niggas,
talking about ringless losers.
These niggas is ringless.
You know, I'm a big sports. I'm a sports.
So I'm a thing. No matter how much I like niggas, I call them ringless losers.
You can't do that.
But just as a troll.
You can't.
So, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm trolling.
But he started naming niggas like
Allen Iverson.
No.
Charles Barkley.
No. But I'm saying
Brian Shaw.
You said Brian Shaw.
He has a ring.
He said Brian Shaw. He has a bigger star.
Brian Shaw is Tony Yayo, my nigga. He on the team with
I said he has a better legacy.
No.
Because he got a ring.
Brian Shaw is Tony Yayo. That's why you like him. That's real. Because you got 50, you got Lloyd Banks, that's Kobe, that's Shaq, nigga. That's why you like him. Nigga, you said Brian Shaw, my nigga.
That was me trolling. Because he got a ring, though. But he got a fucking ring.
No.
Rick Fox got multiple rings.
This nigga Rick Fox played with no socks on. This nigga was playing with nigga cross trainers and no socks.
Light-skinned nigga shit. That's light-skinned nigga shit.
Had his hair curled in the game. You sweating, my nigga. What you doing there?
Rick Fox was kicking it with Shamar Moore that day.
Exactly.
Definitely. Niggas
said the
practicing their crip walk. Them niggas was practicing their crip walk together. Like, no, I think you're supposed to kick that one out.
You can't. I can't see your ankles.
You have to throw your neck back.
I can't see your ankles.
Them niggas was Tay Diggs and Anthony Anderson and Malibu's Most Wanted together. Whenever them niggas link up, that's them niggas, the light skinned version.
No.
Oh, nigga.
This nigga said Rick Fox.
No, I'm telling you. But I don't like. But these niggas got rings. Motherfucking Dennis Rodman a weirdo, but he got rings. Most of them. He was a grizzly defensive player. Like, there's niggas that got rings. Ben Wallace scored 2 points a game, 3 points a game.
He was defensive.
He was defensive, and
he was
got
the star of that team.
No, I thought
he was the MVP of that team.
Ben Wallace.
Well,
Ben Wallace.
I would say more like.
But
look how many niggas you can name on. Tyshawn Prince. That nigga.
They were all role players on that team.
Rick Hamilton, Chauncey Billups. To me, Chauncey was the star of that team. Honestly, him or Rick. Ben Wallace did his thing. I'm not hating on him, but Chauncey Billups was a beast, bro.
And they had
yeah, but they was all role players.
And Tyshawn Prince had that nigga never missed. Like,
and they had Rasheed Wallace too.
And Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, like
Rasheed Wallace.
What's that nigga name?
That's how he used to say
Rasheed
right,
Wallace.
yeah.
That nigga 40 when 40 went in on that nigga. I was like, get that bald head nigga.
Hey, did
he
you
ain't even
see
bald head. He's
40
at
got kicked out of the game?
I saw. Hey,
Yeah, that's some. What was that about?
They said what happened was he was
Turning up too
Nah,
hard.
he wasn't even turned up. This white lady
No,
was
that's what I
heckling him
heard
the
about the
whole
white.
whole game. He finally turned around, probably said some slick nigga shit, and they was like, "Hey, you got to get out." And what?
But a lot of people was out because they didn't kick her out.
Yeah, right. And she was like filming him and shit like that. So they kick him out, right? And then Sacramento Kings come out with a statement and say he got kicked out for excessive standing.
So it was the Kings or the Warriors?
No, so it was at Sacramento. And the Warriors ain't never kicking out 40.
No, that's what I was about to say. That's
That
why I was really
that
kind of
Sac-
tripping.
And I was damn near tripping
I
because
was like,
Sacramento
I thought
shouldn't be
this
kicking
whole
out
time
40
I thought
either.
it was
Nah, they would. This nigga 40 can run out
more sense.
and do whatever fuck he wants.
Yeah,
on it.
just
He
get
can run
hyped,
out,
be on
take
the
the
court,
ball, and shoot it one
and
time.
just start
He
getting
be
hyped,
like,
you turn it
oh,
around and
that's just
shit.
40 water.
It's Lieutenant Roastabotch.
Right.
Like, they got so many nigga monikers. Nigga,
Mr.
Mr. Flamboyant. Nigga, Charlie Hustle. That was my
Charlie Hustle's
That
my
was
favorite.
mine.
Charlie
That was
Hustle's
my
my
favorite
favorite, yeah.
album. That's
Yeah.
like my cousins listened to 40.
Yeah.
Like I heard 40 on the radio, but the first 40 album I bought was Charlie Hustle, Blueprint of a Self-Made Billionaire. That are the tycoon known as Charlie Hustle.
Been saying that shit for a
TKA.
while.
So that was like all of his shits are classics, but that's my like go-to. Charlie Hustle and probably Loyalty and Betrayal. That motherfuckers right there. Just that whole era of everybody was killing. They was all hitting them Bosco beats, them Rick Rock beats, them Battle Cat
Rick Rock
beats,
beats,
them
yeah.
Fred Wreck beats.
Yeah, we fucked
nigga,
with
that
Rick
whole
Rock.
era
Yeah,
of like.
facts.
I met Rick Rock a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's. I don't know if that nigga followed me, but I followed him and he liked a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But I met him at Slink's Pimps and Kinfolk. He was like he had interviewed him. And then after I was like,
That was the
I had
shit.
recorded something and shared it and made my little story and he liked that shit and I was like, this is dope. Just to meet like doing, that's a good thing with this comedy shit. It's like, it's easier to like, I felt it any other genre and entertainment to where you're just there already.
Yeah.
Not, even if you're not there already, of
Yeah.
course you're never there because you're still working.
You're gonna be around.
But
Yeah.
it's like you walk in and it's like, oh shit, well, all these niggas here, damn.
Yeah.
It's like, that shit's dope. And some people act funny, some people act normal. Like shit, you just got to act accordingly.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing about the comedy life. Even with the comedians, I don't be talking out too much about it because, it's, small circle, but, it get a little funny sometimes with the
Yeah.
comedians too. We be doing some weird shit too. So, everybody
Niggas
be a
being
little
they
weird.
felons and shit.
And then
Man.
a lot of times I've been learning too, like with first impressions, the first time you meet people,
Yeah.
maybe somebody having a bad day or maybe they're
That's
having
facts.
an off day.
That's true.
You
That's
feel
very
me? It's
true.
like you don't really know what's really going
Well, I'm
on in
not-
that person's head
Yeah.
that day. And then sometimes I got to give them at least like 2 or 3
Yeah.
to where I'm
That's
like,
re- that's responsible.
okay,
I
if
like
that's
that.
just
Yeah.
consistent,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
you
Yeah,
really
you
like
asshole.
that.
That's
Yeah.
because
You really
me
like
and
that.
you,
You got issues.
we not like Tony. We not ready to just swing on niggas. Like we, say we level headed. You know what I'm saying?
I
These
was about to
Scorpio niggas,
uppercut
the
that nigga.
Cyclops niggas.
I
Like,
was about to uppercut that nigga and blast him. Optic blast.
he don't even. Tony don't even like uppercuts. He just do it for the disrespect.
Just like,
reach all the way.
It's just
That's
cause.
just
I want to see
disrespectful.
if you can get airborne. I was gonna get you at least 3 inches off the ground. See
You got to do it like Debo.
See how far you fly.
See if he goes out, if he's in the air unconscious, or if he goes unconscious when he hits the ground. That's the whole.
What if he goes unconscious when he goes up and
and then wakes up when he hit the ground.
when he hit the ground?
Hey,
And
that's,
then you gotta be on him. You gotta you let him get up and square up. Like this ain't Street Fighter.
this
nigga.
nigga's more aggressive than Draymond Green, nigga. Like,
Hey, I be one. I was
Hey, you
like,
see Draymond Green like
nigga-
fucking tripping with the fans and
that nigga's
shit?
a weirdo. I don't like that
stomped on
nigga.
it. First of all, I blame
I don't
the
like
other
that
nigga,
nigga.
but I love Draymond. How you love?
I don't like his attitude.
He has a terrible attitude.
Yeah, like
but
I feel
love
like he
Draymond.
should get in that celebrity boxing shit.
No, he can't because it'll
like,
fuck
I
up
think
his,
Logan
it will
Paul
fuck
or
up his mystique
one of
because
them
he would
niggas
get knocked
challenged
out.
him. They were like, I'll get down with him
Nah.
if you want to fight.
Nah.
Like,
You can't do
and that nigga just didn't say shit. I was like,
You
nigga,
can't because it fucks up your mystique. Like, because if niggas think you
if
can
y'all
fight,
these
and they
buff
see you
ass
get knocked
niggas be
out,
getting knocked the fuck out.
everybody gonna text
Look at
you
what's
now.
the name? What's his Peterson? Adrian Peterson.
Oh, and he fell straight like who was
Nigga,
he?
he did
was
the.
like- It was Le'Veon Bell.
He
that
did
knocked
the
him out.
Nas video,
Yeah.
the Just a Moment when a nigga fell in the Nas video like a statue.
I think everybody's like everybody's marker at this point, like when it comes to celebrity boxing and
Yeah.
shit, is Nate Robinson. It's
Yeah.
like you got to do better than him.
That
I
was
think so
a-
many
that
people
almost-
that got knocked out since then. A few
no,
people
but not the
forgot
way he did.
But that almost started a race war. They was
Not
like
the way he did.
He only did that because he was. Oh, niggas was
can't
really
do that
upset.
to them niggas.
Niggas was really upset when they saw.
Niggas calling it. Hey man, you see what they did to
I
this
didn't
nigga
give a
on
fuck
TV?
about Nate until then. I was like, nigga, I had to solo
I didn't even know what
Denzel
team the
tier.
nigga was on.
I started seeing a nigga on like weed bags and shit.
Yeah. Oh, nigga, yes.
It
yes.
was like, come
Different
on.
memes. But then they started doing the memes with him, Pacquiao.
Yeah, stickers on niggas' cars. They had the shit on there. Yeah.
They had McGregor knocked out on the
that's-
ground. Everybody was just laid a certain way, like they were at a sleepover.
This is where I get back to
That shit
Freak
was-
Nick, right? Where it's like you get because like you get
Full
knocked
circle.
out and the shit is everywhere. You
Everywhere.
not thinking that in
And that's
whatever
this era.
time frame. Like nigga, you like ain't nobody gonna put me up nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause people
Ain't
love
nobody
to
gonna
see
see
that
this.
drama.
This is for your eyes only. You videotaped it. Oh, that nigga gonna have a fun time watching that video. Now everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Like
everybody just gonna show it to somebody else. They gonna show it to somebody else.
Yeah, you famous.
repost it, get their views off of it.
the
And
difference is now it's OnlyFans. Same
it,
thing.
man?
You know, you get paid for it. now.
Yeah, like it's a lot of shit. I just feel like I said that's the main. I'll give them there. Like, oh, I didn't think this would be like because there was no social. We had a current affair and Inside Edition and Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
That's where you saw gossip or some or the National Enquirer. So
Star
no one's
magazine.
gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna.
The shit at the
Sun,
grocery store,
The
that's
Sun.
like right there
Yeah,
at
right
the
at the
end.
register.
Yep.
Like you're not gonna see some chick with her ass like cracked wide open.
They not going to
smiling
Pookie
on
for
her
that
doing a
video.
handstand
But
with
can-
8 niggas holding her legs open.
Can you
And
remember
another
some of
nigga
those
eating it,
like
Real
headlines
That
on
was
those
an actual
magazines?
scene.
Can you remember some of those headlines on those magazines?
Yeah, Bat Boy.
Remember how they used to fuck with Michael Jackson and shit?
Jacko, they called him Jacko.
They
showed
That's
him
where
they
South
did
Park
call him
got.
Jacko.
That's where South Park got it from. They'd be like Jacko loses monkey or
The coldest one I saw was like they said he was trying to freeze himself.
they had his
talking about
hyperbaric
MJ?
chamber.
Yeah.
They talked about his hyperbaric chamber.
And they showed the chamber and like him laying in that motherfucker.
Isn't that what
and shit.
T.O. used to get healthy to play in the
I
Super Bowl?
believe so.
They said he was gonna freeze himself though, like
Cryogenically freeze it.
That's what
like
Walt Disney
Disney.
did,
You
right?
took
Walt
the
Disney.
words. I was literally about
yeah.
to. That's literally what. But didn't they just freeze his head?
Yeah, just his head.
That nigga's a weirdo. That's why I don't fuck with no Disney.
Well,
I mean,
he's also racist.
yeah, he's just a weirdo all the way around. He was a creep.
Yeah.
And like I always feel anybody that's just like you can want to help people or help children, but I feel anybody that just I'm dedicating my life
feel the same
to
way.
children's entertainment.
I feel the
and
same way.
I feel like
You
that's
don't
some
like
weird
kids
shit.
that much.
There's some weird
They
shit.
cool. Like I
you
coach a girls'
like,
team. I like them.
Yeah, but I'm not
that
hanging
much,
around.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
enough
coached
to-
little league football.
you like the kids.
And, like, they were cool. I haven't coached since I was like 2015.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't been like I need to get back into coaching and do
you know,
something for these children.
people be saying that,
Like,
but
that's weird.
then it's just like, do they really feel like that about their own kids? It's like that's where it should start. You know, a lot of them people was probably out there
have
doing
none.
all that shit and don't even take care of their own kids.
Exactly.
You
You know?
feel me?
And that make it even weirder.
That make it even weirder because now it's more of like they feeding some type of fetish, like a
Yeah.
Dan Schneider.
Oh,
That freak fucker.
I like the seg. That was a smooth ass seg. I be
Yeah.
telling you about this nigga's smooth ass
The
segue.
coolest motherfucker on the planet.
You know what?
Smooth ass
hey,
cam. That's
I'm
what
gonna
he
tell it
is.
like this too. Another thing I like about this shit is like we be talking about some foolish shit,
But-
and this
but
nigga really
everything-
gives you perspective.
Yeah.
Like he come on to some perspective. Like
It's
yeah,
like
that's
we just-
funny and
it's
all,
like
but
that's
like
what we
really
talking that shit.
Yeah, that's what's up. I fuck
But that dude is a weirdo.
Yeah,
Just
Dan
like-
Snyder.
And that's what I like about the internet now. How
All
we
these
can just do our
successful
own
shows
thing.
he had,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Look at everything. It was like really a part of our upbringing. All that.
Oh yeah,
fucking,
Everything.
All
Yeah.
that shit that was on
But it was all
Nickelodeon.
with all these feet
Yeah.
fucking fetish shits in
that fat white boy.
But
Yeah.
it was they did so somebody on
He
Twitter,
was the fucking the manager at
5
Good
minutes.
Burger.
5 minutes.
The
He was
manager
dude that
at
said
Good
5
Burger.
minutes. Yeah.
So somebody did a video on Twitter or IG and they edited all these clips from all the shows he's ever been involved with, wrote on, produced, whatever
can't
the
watch
fuck.
it. I can't.
But it's all foot shit. So he's making all the kids do
I
they're
did
all
see
playing
that.
with their toes
that.
or playing with or kissing feet or sucking toes
like writing that
or
shit in
twiddling their toes out of the
He
water.
probably was listening to Messy Marv
Oh.
and thought he heard like playing with my toes, but the song is really playing with my nose.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
and he probably like
He was doing both.
Yeah, he probably
He was doing
that
both.
nigga done went crazy too. Shit. That nigga went crazy.
I don't know. I just thought to slide that.
But that shit, just off of that, like, that shit is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I even looked at the logo for Nickelodeon. It's a fucking foot. And it's
Is
been
it?
that. Look at the
I don't
Nickelodeon
want to.
logo.
This nigga trying to ruin my show. I don't want
It
to.
says like Nickelodeon, even when you pass by the gate over on Melrose.
Yeah.
Because where Nickelodeon Studios is
It's
over
the
there.
fucking orange.
It's orange.
That's
It's an
what I'm
orange
saying.
circle with a foot. It's a footprint.
Oh, I remember because he used to.
And
do
he
the
always
little-
with the footprint.
I now I do
That
remember
nigga
that
like
shit.
and like when
That
they put
wasn't
it,
him.
they
It's that
put it.
deep?
It's all
Damn.
like they did the whole string of like all, and I was like, well, I was watching this shit like, what the hell? So this nigga, he has like a child foot fetish, and then they brought up old tweets. Where he's like, there's nothing wrong if you like feet. There's nothing wrong. Children should show their feet, and you should be able to love. Like
Hopefully
he was
those
saying some
weren't
weirdo
consecutive
shit.
tweets. There's
And
nothing
like he was just going, nigga. He going.
consecutive tweets.
You know,
He
it
was
was
saying a
because
lot of
like
weird shit.
there's nothing wrong with like if you right. There's nothing wrong with children.
Like he's having a
Like, all right,
conversation
let me
with
unlike
himself.
that
you
last
know?
one. You
should
just
not
go back and
consecutive.
unlike it. Like
you should
never
have to go
mind.
about 5-year difference for those two tweets. They
Have you
shouldn't be
ever
right by
liked
each other.
somebody's shit and then you see the other shit on their page? You're like,
Oh,
unlike
shit,
this
yeah.
shit.
Like, bro, you
And I'm
talking about feet a
unfollowing you,
little too much,
nigga.
nigga.
Yeah.
Children's feet,
I've done
nigga.
that. I've done that.
I was like,
Fact.
it's weird either way, but
Yeah.
that's weird as fuck. So just out diving into that of that's what I feel the
crazy.
internet now can do shit like that, and that, but that didn't exist. And of course, weird shit in Hollywood with children and women and dudes was going on forever. But it's the fact of now it's a platform. You have a billion different platforms to unload your videos on.
Right.
So if motherfuckers know, oh, he's a weirdo, then somebody else can corroborate that. Oh yeah, he did that with my feet or my friend's feet or.
So can I ask y'all a question then? Like, do you think since we basically grew up in about the same time, do you think we kind of numbed it? We don't even notice it, or we're definitely different from, Gen Z that's after us? But like, you think we just like numb to the shit, or just like you hear R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Nickelodeon, all the shit we kind of grew
Roman
up with.
Polanski.
You know what I'm saying? All the shit we grew up with is kind of
It go from back then to right now. I mean, they still on Jonathan Majors. He done lost all his shit.
Hey, I'm not
I felt
saying he
like
did
we
it,
was the
but
last
I mean,
generation.
they're not gonna cut you if you-
We was the last generation of the latchkey kids.
yeah, okay.
So it's a lot of shit that
They don't
we
give these
was.
niggas keys no more.
They got phones.
Oh, that's true. They call an Uber.
Yeah.
That is true. These niggas get an Uber, get to the house.
They gonna get dropped off to wherever they need to get to,
That's
and then
true.
you know.
Damn, I didn't even think of that. That's crazy. I wish.
We didn't
was
have
walking, nigga. I was
the
walking
phone
from school
like
up
that.
Crenshaw, nigga, to the house.
Like our phones was just. I think we was chirping at that point.
Damn. I was in the era.
Senior
I
year,
was just
yeah,
out of
like
high school.
we
and
was
shit
chirping
came
and
out.
shit.
I was chirping like, what was that like?
Or
That was like
Blackberries.
2000.
Yeah, I'll say,
Nigga, I remember I had a BlackBerry chirp. Nigga,
It was
niggas
like BlackBerry sidekicks and
hey,
chirps.
Niggas was like, what is that? I was like, a BlackBerry chirp. Yeah, you know. Like, niggas had to
Y'all niggas
flex.
was cool. I had a Nokia.
Niggas.
I was
I
playing
remember-
Snake.
That was my first
I was
phone,
doing
bro.
the same
That was
shit.
my
I had a
very
liquor
first
store
phone.
Nokia.
Okay.
My first phone.
A
was
7-Eleven Nokia. That's the first
or you
phone.
could change the faceplate.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's
You
what
know,
I
make
had.
a different color.
That's the one I had. They're like, nigga, you just dialing. That's all you do. You ain't no speakerphone,
None.
no mute.
Y'all remember Three-Way?
Yeah,
Why
niggas
niggas
got in
don't do
trouble. Niggas got in so much trouble on three-way. I know niggas that got beat up off of three-way. Like, got like talking shit, nigga.
Got the nigga on mute.
Nigga, fuck you and your bone spurs. Nigga. I know niggas that got, nigga came back from, had to leave school. Low-key leave the state.
Yeah.
Like, was talking
Leave
shit
the
on
state
summer
from
vacation.
three-way? Come on.
Niggas on summer vacation. With and it was crazy how I would always, I'd be talking to different girls because I rarely talk to niggas on the phone. Like, even now, I just, like, if I call him or
niggas is
TV,
talking shit.
yeah, like,
Niggas is
but just
talking
talking to,
shit.
like, talking to a dude on the phone just is, like, weird. Like, it's like, why am I talking to you,
I
nigga?
see
Like,
niggas that FaceTime they niggas. I'm like, I'm not FaceTiming my nigga. I don't need to see you. That's me personally. I can't do it. So I'm not gonna sit there. Hey, what you doing?
Like, what you want to see me for?
Yeah, like nigga in the bed,
Yeah.
like nigga in the bed with his arm back like this. Like, I don't want to see that.
Or it's even weirder when it's a nigga FaceTime you and it's all black, the screen. But it's not but his screen is on.
Yeah.
But you're like, are you in the dark, nigga? You just
Say, oh, I just want to see what you was doing.
yeah.
Wait, what's up with niggas?
And I'm blocking you,
Like, with
nigga.
niggas, y'all ain't got. I ain't coming back on here.
You getting blocked immediately,
I just
bro.
wanna see what
Like,
y'all
fuck outta
is
here.
doing.
So, but no, somehow I always ended up
nigga.
on the phone with this nigga. Like, I'd be on the phone with a girl, she'd call her homegirl. So I'll be on the phone with two chicks. It's summer vacation. And I'm like, yeah, like,
the same
Yeah,
damn
at the
time.
same damn time, playing it cool. Just say, yeah, y'all come over because I had the cool house at the swimming pool. Like, motherfuckers would ditch and come to my shit. So it would be cool. I like cracking them. And
So
they
they had the party out.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so I was like, and I was right down the street. We on the school is on like Olympic and Rimpaw, and I'm on fucking Crenshaw and Pico. So it's like right up the street, literally. So I'm on the phone, and then one of the other girls would always be like, "Oh, let me call the homie," and it would be this nigga. This nigga Tyshawn. I remember that nigga name, Tyshawn. That nigga always it would be Tyshawn. I'm like, how the fuck? I kept even thinking to myself after like 3 weeks of different calls with different girls. And somehow he would always end up, because by this time we doing 5-way calls.
Y'all was getting adventurous.
So I'm calling her, she called her homegirl, her homegirl called another homegirl, and then that one called another nigga, and it always end up being this nigga. So I guess he was claiming some certain hood, or say he was claiming. I heard him saying different shit when we'd be on the phone, and I wasn't even like on that. I'm on the bitches and shit. And, like, you coming over, so she coming with you, or who, like, and he on there, yeah, nigga, this so and so and so and so, just banging and
get on the phone, man.
Just being extra, try to act hard. I guess he thought that was like gonna attract the bitches.
He said so and so from so and so.
Yeah, he tried. I don't even like. He was clever. He was claiming shit that don't even. He'd claim one shit and be claiming another shit that don't even beef with the other. It was like you doing a lot. So I just remember the first day of school back, and like I had put on a little weight because I was like, I got a little like husky and shit. I had a little growth spurt. I was like 10th grade probably. So I remember niggas was like, damn, how you get so big over vacation? So I was like, nigga, eating peanut butter. They could just like literally, I was just eating peanut. I was trying to get big. We was trying to play football. We was trying to get on the football team. I was a little skinny nigga at first, and I just like blew the fuck up.
That nigga got empty jars of peanut butter.
Literally, apple juice. They said the coach said peanut butter and apple juice, and that shit really did like blow a nigga the fuck up. So
well, damn.
I remember coming back. So I remember he saw me and was like, because he was trying to low key talk shit on the phone for them 2 little months. 2.5 months when we saw each other.
Why
at
was
school.
y'all on the phone?
But it was like because it was girls.
Hey, let's take this just between us.
And then one of the girls would always end up calling another
on 3-way.
So it would be we'd be on 5-way by then. It would be like I call her, she calls another girl, that girl calls her homegirl. Let me call the home.
Let's call the baby.
So y'all had your own party line going.
Pretty much. So it'd be like 4 of us, maybe 3, maybe 4, but it would be the 3-way would, and it would splinter. Everybody would be using a 3-way. So. He would be on there acting a fool, like kind of turning up. So when school, I guess, and he didn't. I heard it personally when I would be on the phone with him. So I guess he did that on a few other phone calls with some other niggas. And so on the first day of school, and it was a gang of niggas, like we was all cool with niggas from 30s and shit. They all on the basketball court and they out there, and I guess somebody had seen him and. Niggas just walked up to him and slapped him or some shit. And for the everyone, it was like, oh, so he already had heat. He had heat backstage. So he had heat backstage. So he get the shit slapped out of him. So supposedly one of his homeboys was up there had just came up to the school to like kick it with him and ditched and to come in our school and seen him getting pressed. And like ran up to help him and was like, nigga, this so and so and said some whole other shit that I guess he was really from. And that was the wrong shit to say at that school. And nigga, they got it from like a group of maybe like 18 niggas. Just like, and so he had to leave. After that, he left the state. Oh. So that's how it got like, and that just come from niggas talking. And I feel that still exists now with the social media. It's just this whole conversation is looped in of just media, what you put out there, what stays out there. But you even back then doing that on the phone will get you fucked up when niggas finally see you. And that's what these niggas do on the internet and on YouTube, on TikTok or whatever. Not even, but YouTube and IG really when they want to show they. Riding around showing their guns, we riding through your neighborhood looking for you. Like, so if somebody really gets shot that night, nigga, they got video of you in that neighborhood even if you didn't do it. Like riding around talking about where y'all niggas at. So it's that same mentality gets you caught the fuck up, and that's what happened to Tyshawn.
I get you. It's something about gang niggas in a 5-way call that just don't sound right. Like, why y'all niggas on a 5-way call?
But just remember the loop?
Shit.
You've got the Raven.
But he said every time he was on there, this nigga
just something. It was like, out of 20 calls, and that's not even the whole summer, but just say out of 20 calls, that nigga was on like 11. Like, damn, like, but it was coincidence. They didn't know. Most of the girls didn't even know I knew this nigga. Yeah. That we went to the same, because they didn't go to my school. So they definitely didn't know I knew this nigga, but me and him went to school together. But he was just trying to do the most during summer vacation, and the shit backfired.
He was probably
talking shit.
He was hating on all the niggas.
Trying to.
And then trying to bang, not just hating, but then you banging certain sets that was like back then, it was
already
on the goes. If you said that shit in certain areas, and he was doing the most, and that was a real hotline, the nigga hotline.
Yeah.
He was calling trying to talk some shit.
Talk some shit.
That was before niggas could like hide behind a fake picture.
Exactly.
And shit.
A egg.
If he would have tried to do
A
that
fucking
now,
anime
it's like you
picture.
can get away with shit like that with social
Nigga
media.
banging on you, dissing your hood with a fucking profile picture of Gambit. Nigga, like, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
This nigga love X-Men. I like X-Men too.
Nigga, I'm a comic book nerd.
Cyclops. He said Gambit.
I'm a major.
You got
fucking,
two up there. I'm
fucking
clocking.
real Captain Marvel, nigga. The dude with the blonde hair that would fuck everything up, nigga. But that's what, like you said, you can't hide now. It's like you can still hide now, but the shit you put out, if you show your face, all the niggas that done did that recently have like passed away, kind of.
Yeah.
That be going to people's neighborhoods or saying crazy shit just to say it. Other than Charleston White,
Yeah.
he the only nigga that's I don't give a fuck about you niggas. Yeah, you niggas. That
Yeah,
nigga.
Charleston
I
White.
don't
He be
follow
saying-
that white boy.
He be spitting some facts though.
He saying some real
He be spitting
shit.
some facts though. But y'all
I
ever
lost
see
my
them?
IG for 3 months for calling him a bitch in a comment to the algorithm. Nobody even reported
That
me.
nigga snitched on you.
No,
too.
nobody. Like, pretty much, I would really. I'd have felt better if he did.
Charles White just told on your ass.
It was like literally, I read reply in the comment, and that shit was like white.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even nobody even saw that shit. He just I was gone for 3 months. But
That shit
some
caught
real
you
shit.
before it even posted.
Right. Literally,
Nigga,
like,
we know what
The
you-
algorithm fucking.
And I wasn't
They
like
know what you
motherfucker. I
about.
was just like that's some bitch ass. I was like that's some bitch shit. Yeah, I was like if you can't like when he was in the interview and he
You
got
called the
up
algorithm a bitch?
No, I called.
Come on, bro.
I gotta sit and reflect for 3
algorithm
months.
a bitch.
Nigga, I gotta reflect on what I was thinking about. This,
But as I look at it though, he has a lot of good points on a lot
Yeah, he
of
does,
shit.
he does.
And he's a troll.
Oh, for
that's what
sure.
people don't
For
understand.
sure.
I'm a troll. So
you-
I say shit,
Troll.
but I have a point.
He's a troll.
I'm definitely a troll.
Oh, I know.
So,
I know.
And then
When
especially
he said
if,
that Brian Shaw shit, I was like,
it's
nah,
like-
Yeah, see,
I'm not
but-
listening.
It had me like, I was like,
but
bro, come
trolling
on.
shit.
Can't entertain
But
this
see,
nigga.
trolling shit. It's truth in it because one, that nigga really does have a ring. He has multiple.
Surrounded
He
by
just has one or two.
25 lies.
A
There's
house
one
built
truth.
of lies.
That's how good. That's how niggas really lie well.
Hey.
You just say one truth that niggas can hold on to, and you lie about the rest of the
Hey,
shit.
that's the Donald Trump.
Hell
That's
yeah,
the way he did it.
shit worked
Literally,
for
he
him.
said some real shit. Donald Trump just said he brought like a real dude on stage whose son was passed away in my neighborhood where I grew up. And that shit really happened, and he bought that dude on stage, and everybody else he bought on stage were actors.
Yep.
They were all like, yeah,
that one.
Trump, and doing the one person he bought on stage with a real sad story, and everybody related to that shit, and if some shit really happened, that's what he did, and he did that his whole shit. He would give you one little bit of truth, and then a bunch of other weird, what was it, Kofifi. But he was trying to
That's
spell
what I'm saying.
coffee.
Yeah.
But he was trying to spell coffee on Twitter. That's when they took his Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna write this
Yeah.
shit. You
Well,
sit
let's
down.
do it for you.
That nigga said Kofifi.
You know, Tony
That
just
shit is
described
hilarious.
himself being Donald Trump. Because we was talking about
Low-key,
him
right?
initially. He's like,
Low-key.
yeah, that's what Trump did. I was like, nigga, you voted for that nigga, didn't you?
Nah, I would have probably.
You smiled
over
hell out.
Biden.
Yeah.
Over Biden,
Well,
I probably
Biden,
would have.
yeah.
Now.
I mean, shit.
'Cause I don't like, and that's the thing. I'm not a hater. If I know some shit is bullshit, I say it. Now, if I know it's just the lesser of two evils, which is still fucked
No,
up.
I say they're both about the same.
Yeah,
It's just how you
I
like
think-
your
I
like
think-
your evil.
I think,
We
like,
serve
but
it
I
to
felt like Donald Trump is a nigga that like he makes his money. He done made a lot of money with black people, and he'll smile with him and be shucking with him. But a real racist ain't gonna do none of that.
Shucking with him.
Like Joe Biden, like be moonwalking and eating fish
That
sandwiches.
nigga ain't
with hot
moonwalking.
sauce.
He just fell backwards.
Yeah,
nigga.
literally.
Like he fell.
Like, he
he
stumbled.
fell, my nigga.
He had a bad tumble. Like, he had a spill. That's
Yeah.
what you call a spill.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Nigga can't
he like
do shit.
I feel
So-
he's a racist in the sense of how he thinks where we should be. Like you stay where you're at. And Donald Trump's like, if you got the money to be over here, welcome, you're my neighbor.
right.
If you're poor, fuck off. That's the so
That's
he,
facts, that's
and he
facts.
still has racist ways, but how he looks at it is more like I'm just rich and I don't care about other people. Like unless you're rich and you can help me make more money. And I feel Biden is like, you're good with that because that's all y'all want or that's all y'all need.
I'm gonna need you
And
to be
that's
like,
it.
Yeah,
you gonna be
and
like
for
Donald
Trump, I
yeah.
think Trump is like the type of person he's enticing you to want to make money.
Exactly,
Right.
because it's
Like-
going to help him make more. He's
Be
a
like,
real
hey,
capitalist.
Hey, if you want to start a business right now, I'll give you this.
He's a real
You feel me?
capitalist. He's a real capitalist. A true capitalist. And I feel Biden is a real racist, a closet racist that's like, that has fucking dementia.
I don't know if it's so
And-
closeted, nigga.
But it's,
He- he
It's
did
more of
demonstrate.
like it's more of like
you
like,
look.
like encouragement versus like having somebody at a hindrance. You know,
I mean, this nigga
are
wrote
you
the
trying to
crime
make me
bill.
better, or are you trying to keep me right
he wrote
here?
the crime bill. Niggas
You know
get
what
mad
I'm
that
saying?
Hillary. I don't know how Hillary got all the heat that because she signed it. He wrote it. This nigga created the crime bill that everybody hates Hillary for. Like this nigga made that shit, but because he was like sidestepping with Obama,
Oh, yeah.
and they was
You know,
back to back like Miami Vice and shit, fucking Tubbs and Hobbs or whatever.
Tubbs and Crockett.
Yeah, Crockett. I don't even. That's fucked up because that nigga's my uncle-in-law. Philip Michael Thomas.
come on.
He's my
Fun fact.
cousin.
You couldn't remember?
Yeah, he's like, and that's
You
like I
couldn't
couldn't even
remember?
remember. I ain't watched that shit since we was kids. But sorry, Philip.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You said Philip Michael Thomas?
Yeah, that's the other Tony, the one that left the comments. His sister, that's her dad's brother.
Philip Michael Thomas.
Yeah, that's
the dude from Miami Vice.
Yeah, that's pretty much my uncle-in-law.
He don't even remember. He remember the bloodline, but he don't remember his name. That's
he's
crazy.
like the one that Tony Grahams that left the comment. That's his sister's dad.
Anthony Graham.
Yeah, that's like that. So it's like it gets deep. That's comedy. Shout out Crockett, Tubbs. I don't even know which one is Tubbs or Crockett.
Yeah, I was like,
more,
although
nigga.
I don't know the names of you guys.
That nigga had a Volvo.
Did he?
A Volvo with like a wagon?
Hey, I hated Volvos when I was a kid. That was the ugliest car I ever
It was
seen.
a little box
That shit was like a mini hearse.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a mini hearse.
Hey, y'all ever sat like in the very back of a station wagon?
Hell yeah.
Once.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Never
I,
did
know.
it again.
I had like one auntie that had one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
And
they
every
tricked
time
us
I
into
went to
thinking
go
it was
visit
fun.
her,
I never did that shit again.
We was rolling around the back. They was like, "Oh, it's fun. Look at y'all, bro." Like we thought that shit was fun. So.
it was always hot as a motherfucker back there because I didn't have no window that opened. Unlike everybody else,
'cause the
like
window
right
must
there
have
with the
opened
window
outward, ain't
cranked.
it?
Nah, that shit didn't open. It was just like a fucking window, like a closed window.
Let y'all bake.
I'm the only nigga back there.
They back
Everybody
there
else
roasting.
got a regular seat. You
Hey, they
feel me?
had. I mean,
Like,
we
I don't
did
like coming to y'all house.
We did the back of like the truck ride around. That was when we was in Mississippi and shit. And I was on vacation with my cousins and all my little country cousins. And they ride around. Y'all just be at the back of the truck eating ice cream and shit until it get dark. Then they start telling scary stories about the empty cabin and the mountain and the hill. And I'll be like, yeah, let's go back to the house.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing, even fireflies
city.
and shit.
I ain't fucking with this.
Nigga.
All right, but yeah, it's been a good show. It's been a very good show.
Definitely.
Eric,
What you got coming up?
Hey, no, I actually just completed my show. My first show was called Cancel Culture Comedy Show, aka the KKK Show. We had whites only in colored sections. We was fucking them up because a white group of white people came in.
That's a troll show.
So look,
That's a troll show.
It was.
Yeah.
There was
I
white
should've
people.
been on that.
There was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another one in July.
Let me know.
4th of July because my
that's
KKK
cracking.
is red, white, and blue.
Oh, that's cracking.
So I want you on that shit though.
Hey, let me know.
So there's a
I'm
group
there.
of white people sitting in the colored section. I said, "Hey, y'all not," and I had signs on each seat that said "colored white," and I said, "Y'all not supposed to sit." Oh, we thought. And I was like, "No, I'm just fucking with y'all." Nah, it was.
Give them a shock.
Yeah, no, it was
Give them their money's
definitely.
worth.
We had the bathrooms. We put the label on there. We was fucking because really, I just wanted to see how many people because the colored section
Got a
sold
nigga
out
on
fast.
the noose on the bathroom door and shit. Like,
Well, so we actually got an open mic called Nigga News Thursdays.
Oh,
no, I'm just
Lord.
I made that up.
I was about to say, I was about to be like, I gotta slide through. I was gonna slide
No, you don't slide through. It's where niggas come to hang around.
he said, "Nigga noose." Damn,
Niggas come to hang around.
Yeah.
We just hanging.
That's fine.
What they over there doing?
Can't
Niggas
tell
just
jokes
hanging.
everywhere. Niggas is like, what?
Yeah, I'm about to
Can't
pull
do
up and
that.
hang with my niggas.
Come on, hang with us. You know what I'm saying? Nothing until get some jokes off.
That's
Yeah, but I want you on the next one that was going to be in July, man.
I'm with
So,
it. Put
next
me
show, like I said, Cancel Culture Comedy Show. Yeah, July 4th or that week. 'Cause I think July 4th is like Wednesday or some shit. But yeah, that's what I got coming up. Follow me, Eric Bryant TV on Instagram. Appreciate y'all for inviting me on for sure.
Yeah. It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And shit, I got some shit coming up, and I'm still putting together some new shows and getting it back in the groove. So we got some new shit on the way. And shit, if anything, I'll see you soon. No, it sounds like a scary movie.
I am Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet. Follow me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And we out of here.
Innovative comedy.
Innovative.